colonial.
Funky.
Oh, Jesus
kidding.
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
You listen here, motherfucker.
I'm going to do this a little differently here today. I'm going to try to do this a little more like Dr. Phil, if you don't mind.
Dr. Fail.
Okay.
Okay.
Catch me
Hey,
outside. How about that?
hey there, blasphemers. Hang tight. Tanner is our guest, and we're about to start the show right.
What the hell?
We're about to start the show right
No!
Hey, blasphemers. Welcome to Simple Blasphemy, where we have the best times with the worst topics.
We're three friends that discuss everything and nothing, from wacky headlines to games and trivia. All subjects bizarre and risque are on the table.
Our weekly guests range from friends, musicians, and artists to professionals in a variety of industries.
We go live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Want to support the show? Join our Patreon. You can find it and more at www.simpleblasphemy.com.
So grab a drink and join in.
It's too late now. This is Simple Blasphemy.
Do.
The cafe.
Zach Green gave me this message right there. Broken dreams. All right.
Broken.
And that is the subject of tonight's podcast.
It is. Okay. Well, welcome to the Simple Blasphemy Podcast, all you blasphemers out there. My name is Zach Ward, and I have here with me always Andy.
Hi.
He likes pie and a large coffee.
Large pie.
And also Zach Green, the cleaning machine.
Oh, the Wells Fargo ragging is up. Coming down the street. I wish it was me.
It could be something from someone who has no relation, or it could be something special. Just for me.
Okay.
Damn, that excitement that you get.
20 my bum, boom, boom. Let's have a big parade and then 110.
50 United States from 13 original colonies. Start 'em till all the bottom.
Meanwhile, we're aging ourselves, we're dating ourselves, and Tanner's like, I don't know.
Oh, he was in band and stuff. Come on.
I did a lot of band from 6th grade to 17th grade, actually.
That's right. And all the info of the show could be found at simpleblasphemy.com. And if you click that like, share, and subscribe button, almost like you used to do Control-Delete, you'll get 5 years of what this week, Andy?
You will stumble across a new kind of knot, and they're going to name it after you.
Oh, my God.
And it's the same type of knot that they knot up the, what is it, the vestefrons?
Vestefrons.
Yeah.
It's called the cock wobbler.
I thought it was called
warbler.
Cock warbler.
I thought it was called a vasectomy.
Yes.
Well, if
you want to be scientific. That's
scientific, yes.
I call it the dick knuckle. All right, that puts us right into the inappropriate section. Julio's out there with us.
Julio, what up, dude?
The off-brand or off-ramp.
Coming back, and
Julio,
God bless you.
The old standby.
Like, share, and subscribe button. So enjoy that dick knuckle.
Hey, really quick, Julio, did you ever get that sushi that you were waiting for?
Ooh. All right. We have a pause, so dead air. Gotta say something. Tanner Wirtz, record player. The Exorcist. As we wait for that,
guitars.
This week's special guest. Oh, he said he did. Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Lucky son of a bitch.
You got that sushi, son.
That picture he left, man, on the social medias. It wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, it was like that suspended cord. You're just waiting for it to be resolved.
Exactly.
Tanner is back. Tanner helps us find news articles as well, so he is just as much a part of the family as anybody. How are you doing, Tanner? What's doing in your life? Do you have some girls? What's going on?
Nah, no girls, just me and my turtle. But nothing. Things are good. Just
Is
work.
that
Work
with the D?
Say what?
Oh
So was
Turtle.
That with the D?
I'll let it be whatever you want
man,
it to
this
be.
is gonna be a dangerous episode.
Yeah, it most
We're
certainly
in,
is.
we're in a danger zone. Julio knows what's up. No, things are good. Just work has kind of consumed my life for the past couple months, but things are starting to chill out a little bit. Other than that, just vibing, and I'm in the process of preparing for a wedding ceremony.
Again,
I'll be I'll be playing guitar for part of the ceremony this coming Saturday for my friends Dan and Katie. So shout out to them. They're getting married this Saturday. They've been dating 8 or 9 years, and they're tying the knot. So
Congratulations.
well, I give some love to them, and I'm happy to be part of their day. But other than that, I'm just looking forward to a good episode, you guys. Thanks for having me. It's been a minute.
yeah. Okay, so Tulio says, "Is it a girl turtle?"
A girdle.
A girdle. Nope, he's a boy.
I like turtles.
His
What's
name
your-
his
yeah.
name's Sheldon. I've had him for about
Sheldon.
14, 15 years now.
Yeah, nice. Shout out to Sheldon.
Sheldon, how long is your life expectancy? If
Oh, that's
More than Tanner's.
At this point, yeah.
whoa,
Whoops.
why is everybody in such a big competition to die first?
Jesus.
No, turtles. Well, not all
Uh,
species of turtles, but many of them do live a long time.
Actually, I'm gonna look this up. How?
Okay,
long
while you do that,
Okay, yeah.
Tanner. Once again, this sounds horrible. Actually, no, I'll come to that in a second, folks. Tonight we have a number of just a great variety of our Ansar Oh Shit video series of car crashes,
What a train wreck!
which
what a
can also be
tragic-
categorized as internet videos, of course. So we've got stuff to go through that and some commentary. We have a couple news articles of the news you need to know. Tanner's here, Ice Cream Militia, post college, in the workforce, living life to the best of ability during a horrible crisis of just governments collapsing and nobody can get their shit because it needs to come on a boat from another country.
We're
Other
not
than
gonna
that,
recover.
Yeah.
how else are you feeling?
I'm feeling better knowing that turtles can live 20 to 40 years.
Fuck yeah.
Like domestic aquatic pet turtles, as long as you take care of them. So that for 15, that's good. Yeah, actually, Zach, in response to that, I think we've definitely had to have a different mindset. For one, we had to adapt to certain things, and then that we didn't expect to, and we had to react quickly. Julio, what's up, man? Man, this dude's funny in the chat. Jesus Christ.
And we encourage you to just join us if you're tuning in.
Yeah, come hang, y'all. I shared it.
So let's do that. This Green, how bad is the world today, and why is Simple Blasphemy so important to lighten things up?
I don't know. Just going on what Tanner said earlier. Tanner, I can't adapt, man. I'm 48 years old. I can't do it. I refinanced my house today. The closure was today, and I'm able to close a little earlier on the house. Get a little more bang for the buck. But when she's like, when the paper came that gave the forecast of all my payments, she's like, oh, your last payment will be on. I forgot the date, but it's like in 2041, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna. I go. I don't think I'm gonna reach that point. I go because I think China is going to end up, taking my home from me. So I go, is there a place I can sign for when that like China takes over the deed of my house? And she kind of like half like laughed at me. And she's like, nobody asked me that before. I'm like, well, I don't. I go, didn't you hear like all these new ad campaigns where they tell you about like, in the future you're gonna own nothing and love it? And she's like, oh, I hope not. I'm like, oh. I'm like, I go, I'm not even gonna see the point when I pay off this fucking house because fucking China's gonna come and fucking take it from me. And I go, see all these video games that are around the house? I go, when China owns these things, I'm not gonna be able to fucking rent them for me.
Yeah, your games are gonna go back to the motherland.
Fuck, dude, they're gonna go back to China.
And you know what?
So basically, Tanner, I have no hope for the future. I'm 48 years old and I have no fucking hope from the future. Please, what can I do?
No, hold on. We have to make a disclaimer first of all that Symbol Blasphemy has nothing against the country of China at all.
No, shout out to China. Seriously.
Shout out to China.
Yeah, and hey, if they want to bite up our deeds, that's fine too. You know, Green. Julio even specifically said you are going to be a Chinese celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The year of the green.
Ooh.
But they have
like
the social crediting thing where, like, if you spend too much time doing one thing, you can get marked down.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm fucked. I'm completely fucked. There's no matter what I'm working on. Sometimes I spend like months at a time just doing tunnel visioning one thing, and that's not gonna be viable in a Chinese type of ruling system. So I'm fucked. China, if you end up taking us over, the first thing you do, come and fucking extinguish my life.
And that again doesn't speak for all of us here.
Please put me to rest.
Tanner, what do you have to say about your buddy Isaac? Rolling Rock is trash.
Hey, Isaac. Hey, Isaac. It's what I had in the fridge.
Thanks for your commentary.
So fuck off and let's hang out soon. I love you, man.
Man, that's nice. Tanner, you've always helped us get not only some insight on life but an insight on dating. So what we're going to do here today is our first feed is we're going to take a little bit of a survey to kind of see where you fall into the dating questionnaire poll. So here we go. And answer these things as best as you can. First things first, how do you feel about the current state of dating? You have a couple, it's either it's so fun, or it's a disaster.
If there was an in-between of and disaster, because it's kind of a case-by-case thing.
Okay. So which one would you want then to make it easy?
Let's say
All right. Fair enough. Okay.
Disheartening.
55% of anyone who took this survey, which is quite a lot, also said where the other 16% it said so it's so fun and 29% said it's a disaster. Here we go. Has the popularity of dating apps made it harder or easier? Harder is an option. Mm-hmm. Easier is an option, or honestly, it's kind of the same.
I have to say both options actually. Here, and let me explain why.
You're making this super easy.
I'm trying, but just like me in bed, or hey, are any of you free? I need a hug or something. In the arms of the angel, all that good shit. No, there's
a business for that, but anyways.
Ooh,
for hugging. For just hugging.
I want to get in on that. For 13 easy payments. No, okay, it's easy because it's easier now to meet anyone because I can just swipe right on someone and like, hey, you want to just meet up? You can not feel anything for that person to do that, but it's hard because the thing with dating apps, it's like a profile. It just shows like the Spark Notes version of your life right there in your face. So it makes it harder because you kind of get all of that, right in front of you instead of the getting to know you process where you would eventually learn all those things about someone. So once you meet up with someone, like you'll meet up with someone that you met online, but you already kind of know pretty much the main points of their life, like, where they went to school, what are their interests and beliefs more or less.
So it's easier.
And that's kind of like, what we talk about.
So is it easier, harder, or honestly, it's kind of the same?
It's easier for hooking up or harder for something of longevity.
Should I skip this question, or do you want to say it's easier, harder, or honestly it's kind of the same?
Let's say kind of the same.
All right. Honestly, it's kind of the same. That was again the vast majority. First of all, it said harder was 40%, easier was 17%, and honestly it's the same as 43%.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I apologize. I have to get in depth with my answers. I'm very.
You don't have to. There's just 3 choices.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to. I mean, you most certainly can. Thoughts on the talking stage? It serves a great purpose. Number 1.
Okay.
Number Number 2, or pointless, or as you would say, well, it's kind of pointlessly and serves a purpose. What say you, Tanner?
I say eh.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that was easy.
Eh.
It serves a purpose of 63%. You, on the other hand, were in the middle with
Good answer.
Oh, we're skipping some of this shit. Come on, there's gotta be
Good
something
answer.
juicy. No, why are they talking about the talking stage? I should have really went through these first.
They can't all be home runs.
Yeah, really.
They're definitely not on Tinder. I actually deleted the app a couple days ago.
You know, so when I was starting off on the internet, there wasn't an app or mobile phones or anything like that. It was just like bulletin board systems.
Right.
And I ended up meeting my first real girlfriend off of a bulletin board system when I was like 15 years old.
BBS, as they
A
say.
BBS, yes. There were like 3 or 4 of them in town, and everybody kind of knew everybody in these little groups. So if you can imagine, it's like an electronic internet group, only it's people that are mainly from your town.
Okay.
Or like surrounding areas. Like you could get people from down in Perrysburg or up in Adrian or outskirts, but you'd have these get-togethers every once in a while where you'd all get to meet in real life, like go to a local metro park or something like that, and grill hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome. But if
Grill
I think
hot
about
dogs,
it
right?
now,
It sounded like
Grill, not grow.
you said grow.
no, you can grill
Reason.
hot dogs with each other.
Zach,
I'm growing.
Hey, baby,
definitely
you wanna
said
get
grow.
I thought I heard grow, but all right, it was just the way he said it was grill. But
I
but
know
it
I-
sounded.
My friend
But I'd
Oscar
rather
Myers
grow
waking
hot-
up from his nap.
growing hot dogs is a lot more fun than grilling them.
So basically, Andy, what Andy's trying to say it was kind of like having your ham radio license
Yeah,
on a greater scale without having to have a license.
yeah.
for
Only
a
it was
ham
on your
radio.
parents' phone line and pissing them off because you were buying credits.
Right.
Julio
My
says,
what
has
do you
Tanner
say?
ever said, fuck it, I'll get a real doll? And Julio says, I once considered it, dated, got married, and then started reconsidering it.
Yeah, the technology on that is improving like multiple fold every day.
Julio, I thought
Within
about
the
it, but
fold.
I might have a latex allergy. So
They got that
once-
figured out. Oh, they got that figured out already.
I gotta find that shit. Whatever they figured out,
Well,
I want
it's
it.
thousands though.
I'm skipping the rest of this.
You might have
quiz
to sell a
'cause
couple
it's
guitars.
lame.
Actually,
I
I have one
You
question.
might have
So-
to sell a couple of guitars.
Right. I don't want to sell my reverends. They're all on my left hand side. But real quick, my question is what this bulletin board thing, where would this be posted at? Like where would this bulletin board be at?
It was weird because it was
Someone's basement.
yeah, it would be a server in somebody's basement that they cobbled together. One of I think that
Well, it
Zach
wasn't-
knew him.
And yeah, and somehow like if you were into computers even a little bit, you knew them.
So,
Yes.
oh wait, hold on.
Even
hold
without
on.
searching for them, you
Well, I
knew
guess-
where they were.
Let's roll this back for 1 second. Andy's
Okay.
going to help me. First of all, these are phone line connections.
Yes.
So somebody
Okay.
locally had to be local for the most part at that time because collect calling or out of state calling was a charge. You had to get a device that would be able to receive and transmit a phone line or up to 4, 3, or 6 or whatever.
10
So-
lines at one point.
so
So
when
like
you
that was
said-
big shit.
When you said like how do you find these things, it literally was like local numbers. I mean, you were dialing into a 419 number because you would have to pay money to go somewhere else. So it was local people.
Sure.
And that's why they had the meetups like Andy was saying, or another future thing of that was tweet ups when people used to do that with Twitter more so 20, 15 years ago or so. But anyway, Isaac has a good question. Have you ever considered trying men? I think he's
That's a proposal.
I think he's feeling this one out.
That's a
Um,
proposal.
Look at that smile.
Look
Isaac-
at hell yeah. Look at him.
He's blushing.
I just saw a little bit of drool in the corner.
I think it's
Yeah.
adorable.
It was adorable.
Hey, text me, boo, when you after the show, okay?
Yeah.
No, shout out to Isaac. He's one of my good buddies from high school. Actually, we need to resurrect it, but he's the other half of heavy stuff. So I need to we've just been pretty busy, so we'll get that figured out.
Heavy stuff 3.0.
Exactly. But real quick, my last thing on the bulletin board, because like here's what I thought I envisioned that thought at first was like, when you walk into a local coffee shop and there's like some kind of community bulletin board like just of bullshit. That's what I thought of in my head.
Well, the genesis of a lot of that stuff, of the actual electronic bulletin board where you log into this thing and you type all your commands out, which is what we did.
Yeah.
Would be on an actual bulletin board at a coffee house. There's a place called Maxwell's that was the university by UT, and you would have like their like pinups, or everybody would meet up there, and you'd just say, okay, was this person cool enough, whatever. Is this person, somebody that we could hang out with and play Major Mud?
But also like, at least for the Commodore 64, when you would trade games that were already hacked, the protecting program was hacked. So you'd go to your friend's house and copy the game, and the intro screen, before the intro screen of the game, there would be their own intro screen where like they have their own graphics with their names and stuff, and you can get a lot of their locations and names based off the intro screen from the game they cracked. So that was also like a bulletin board, like advertising, like, hey, look we cracked the game for you.
It would advertise their
board over here.
Yeah, there was one that we got, a couple of my friends and I got access to, that was a big pirate bulletin board, and it would take forever. They would split these games up into hundreds of zip files at the time, because we were transferring little teeny tiny bits of information. It wasn't like we couldn't do this. This didn't exist.
Right.
But you would have these bulletin boards, and everyone once in a while you get clued into one. You're like, man, I heard of this place I think it was called Feasting the Beast was the name of it. And I remember hearing about it. Somebody gave us a phone number, and it was dumb because it was a 699 number. And we were like, there's no way that's a real number. It was actually, there's a local exchange. No, it was 666. It was Rossford or something around here had the exchange 666. And we're like, there's no way it's a real number. We downloaded a game.
And
it was like, holy shit.
Hold on 1 second here.
They'd have like graphics of nude women that would pop up when you first log in.
Ooh, all right, okay. So
not Andy, like real people.
Andy, if you will. These guys can't even probably wrap their head around what this was. So I downloaded a picture. This is what we were logging into back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
and that was like state of the art.
Yeah, this was your gateway to meet other nerds, like-minded people.
Zach Ward and I literally passed as ships in the night. 2 ships passing in the night for 20 years ago, 25 years ago, without ever meeting each other or knowing each other, but we were on the same bulletin board.
What
Eagle's Nest.
What kind of computer were you using?
I had
Pentium 75.
Yeah, I had a Hewlett Packard. Something.
Dude, I was doing it on a fucking Commodore 64, man.
Oh, I had one of those. It just didn't work good enough.
No, I know, but I'm a little bit older than you guys. But before the systems that you were running, I'm like on the Commodore 64 or like the Apple IIe or something. It was just like so primitive,
But you were doing bulletin board. You were doing BBS stuff on those.
Well, it wasn't because that stuff advanced so quickly. It was just like, it was brutal, man. But the fact that you were able to actually talk online and even maybe pass on a game or something like that was just, and even though it took half of a day, it was like the most incredible thing that ever happened in the world. So you were able to put up with the bullshit because you're like, it can't get any better than this.
My walk both ways in the driving snow to school story about the internet is that I took 8 hours to download Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio from my friend's house to my computer. I tied up the phone line the entire day and guarded it like a fucking dragon so I could do that.
To be fair, I wasn't actually being completely honest, because this was color. Andy and I weren't on a color system. This was actually the BBS. This would be a representation of like what Eagle's Nest was back in the day. And it was monochrome, and it was the ANSI code pictures.
And then I remember when they did the full, not full color, but when they did like 24 color or 12 color, it slowed everything down too much.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh my God, I want it to be monochrome. And you could change it to monochrome in your whatever it was, your provider. It wasn't even a provider. What the fuck was that
And
called?
it was all credits too. You had to have credits for server time basically. Julio says
That's really neat though.
I
I've
played
never
River Raid.
seen that before.
Oh yeah,
So-
Activision.
Nice.
All right. So hey, we need to get some videos going, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
We need some commentary. Okay.
I'm gonna put the
Let's
bacon
do
in my
it.
mouth.
Really quickly, folks, we're gonna jump into our next segment. Tanner, just in case when the videos play, your mic automatically gets muted.
Yep.
Feel free to unmute it and say what you will. You know what I mean? We kind of let this one fly.
Yeah.
Let's get this party started. Here comes video number 1. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Well, let's roll. Looks harmless.
No biggie.
Well, about that time, the Duke boys decided.
Oh, Jeep down.
Oh.
Wow,
See?
dude, that wasn't smart. You okay, man?
Holy shit.
Hey,
So-
you fucking
Oh, and you
idiot!
actually heard him too from the.
Andy,
Yeah.
you used to take a lot of family trips. You're driving through Kentucky. You're going on dirt roads. Green, you might have went outside of Detroit. How many times have we been on that where that dad is like, oh, I can pass this guy. It's a dirt fucking road. There's no fucking, whatever you want to call it, what side of the street you're supposed to be on.
The median, yeah.
Man, oh,
Yes.
all
love
of all
how
that
that
Happy
guy-
Meal stuff, it's spilled. All those Happy Meals are just all over the goddamn place.
French fries that you'll find in between the seats, or that your dad would find in between the seats when he was vacuuming, that have turned into lethal fucking weapons.
Pennies.
Yeah. It reminds me of this video I saw with his boyfriend and girlfriend were driving from Wendy's. The boyfriend slams the brakes really hard, and the girlfriend and the bag of Wendy's goes straight into the dashboard. But his response was, "Is the Wendy's okay?" And she goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So it's kind of like that with this. Is the McDonald's okay? Is that where'd the toy go? Up, I found it. Okay,
All right, one
cool.
more time. There's the color. Here we go. There's the guy. And here comes the guy that thinks he can make it.
Steer out of it! Steer out of it! No! Oh!
And stop, drop, and roll.
Hey,
Man,
dip-
it's like
hey,
Grand Theft
Wow,
Auto.
dipshit!
dude, that wasn't smart. You okay, man?
Fucking dipshit!
Could you
Like
imagine like some random coming up to you and say, "Hey, man, that wasn't smart. Are you okay, man?"
Typically, I wouldn't get.
How could that guy hear him from the from the driver's seat to?
He didn't. His window was up.
With the airbag.
Well, that's my thing.
Exactly.
If I was a driver, I'd be in shock because I was like, "What the fuck happened?" And then you get some dude calling you a dumbass, but he's making sure you're all right. Then it's like, and you got Jake from State Farm being like a good neighbor. State Farm is there, and then Aaron Rodgers getting that Aaron Rodgers rate.
I
even though
don't know.
it's the same rate.
I have a hankering to play Grand Theft Auto 5, which I'm working on currently. So I know what I'm going to
What-
do after I get off the podcast.
Let me ask you this before we go any further, because I know we got a lot of cover here, but is it like the wrong time to say, like, have you considered purchasing your car's extended warranty at that point?
I pulled you over to talk to you about
Impossible.
your car's extended warranty.
Maybe I'll
All
take
right.
that call next time I get it.
Erica, here comes video number 2. Here we go.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I can.
Oh,
Fries are
Rep-
done.
Representation of Zach
Oh,
Green
look.
playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
yeah. Look, there was a McDonald's.
Oh,
in
I
the
didn't. Oh,
background.
so you know that I'm bad at it. I see.
How is it that that person took so long? Now, you see that guy in the corner of your eye, and maybe because I play video games, I don't know, but you see that guy in the corner of your eye. What? One more time. Look at this. Look at this shit. Like,
Man.
why are you
Julio
so
says the traffic was simply overwhelming.
green? You're a car guy.
Right. That would have never happened for me. I just
Yeah.
well, because for so many years I drove 8 Mile, and the beauty about 8 Mile was there was people driving 8 Mile that were aiming for you. I've seen it was you were like if you were driving 8 Mile for like more than 10 miles either way each day, you were playing a fucking video game, and I seen so much shit. It was like literally a video game, and you had to drive 8 Mile like you were playing a video game, like you were in Grand Theft Auto and you did some type of crime and the cops were after you. Now in the Grand Theft Auto type of game, they're trying to ram you. So that's how 8 Mile was. So you were always alert, like, okay, who's trying to fucking drive into me or something like that. So I would have seen that come from a mile away. But if you're not used to that kind of stuff, and if you're looking at your phone, I can see how that can happen. But that's amateur, man.
Amateur.
That could have been avoided.
All right. Are we ready for the next video?
We
Let's do
are.
it.
All right. Here we go.
Which means that Saluda County would be seeking the death penalty.
This looks good so far.
We-
Jesus
Oh,
fucking
it's 8
Christ.
Mile. It's 8 Mile.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Death penalty.
Oh my
And
god!
this Schuler notes.
Oh my god!
Didn't bother to pause the podcast though, did he?
So, but all right. I think
Yeah, also part about if that was 8 Mile, you just keep driving. You don't stop.
That honestly, to me, that looks like. Yeah, Isaac, you're right. Tanner's trying to ram me too. Okay. No, it looks like you're on your way. It looked like the drive to the Detroit Metropolitan. So I'll be on the lookout for that.
It looked like 275.
Andy, would it
Mhm.
be fair to say that we do this segment just to bring a little bit of awareness of human life in your vehicle is we're not, I mean, yeah, this
Yes.
is kind of funny, but I mean,
But- Exactly, Ward. When you get behind a wheel, it is not a fucking video game.
No, you're driving
You know what I mean?
2,500 pounds of ground beef
Projectile.
maker.
Mhm.
yeah. And maybe now's a good time to say, hey guys, hit the like button, share, enjoy the show, blah 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 blah.
Well,
Subscribe.
and another thing
Oh.
I recommend anybody do, like if you have any type of large parking lot or a big field, paved type of field or old
Uh-huh.
parking lot, to understand how a car reacts, whether you're driving a more modern car that has ABS or if you're driving an older car that doesn't, to get up at a high rate of speed and jam on the brakes, like you're trying to avoid something and get a feel on what a car actually
Good point.
does. And then if you have enough open space, like when you start fishtailing like that, it's because people are panicking. Your brake is pushed all the way to the floor. I mean, there's a lot of things like if you realize if you start to lose control, if you let go of the brake, which is like everything's telling you don't let go of the brake, your car like hooks up and wants to go straight again. I mean, so if people to actually get a chance to like feel like what a car does at like high rates of speed when you jam on the brakes and stuff like that, you might be a little more apt to react when the occasion actually happens.
Zach
I
Green's
agree.
TED Talk, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's up.
And and another thing
So-
is it's fun as hell.
Zach Green says, find a field and flip the fuck out.
Like a paved field, like just
Yeah.
some type of big paved area, like a parking lot or abandoned
Second,
parking lot.
second you
And
pull
many
into
of them
Cedar
in
Point,
Detroit. There's a lot of abandoned parking lots in Detroit that you can do that in.
Just do
and
some,
not-
just do some
not enough
Top Gear
cops.
shit.
not enough cops to come pull you over for
Oh,
some
yeah,
Wahoo
exactly.
in the Lowe's
Exactly.
parking lot. Okay.
Has anybody here been in a situation like any of those videos we've seen so far or have seen that? Other than Green on a daily basis on 8 Mile?
There was one time on the way up north, a long time ago, the 90s, where I was driving and I saw a Trailblazer flying through the air in my rearview mirror,
They're
Like
talking
it
about the
had hit-
vehicle.
like the vehicle, like in my rearview mirror flying.
I was gonna
And
say,
I
not
just
like David
remember-
Bowie.
No, I
Johnny
and
Cash.
it was just like, you have to keep going. Do not even look back. Keep driving forward. Apparently, my folks had seen the entire thing happen, and they're like, "Yeah, we had to like get out of there pretty quick.
Shit.
So yeah.
that-
So I don't want to actually know what really happened.
No, that happened to my friend. Like he was driving to work, and something happened. Looking in the rearview mirror, and he seen a car like hit an embankment, flip over on its side, and my friend is like, it's just like he was like, it was weird. It's like I was kind of surprised, but I wasn't surprised because it was almost like I was in video game mode where I just like, I wasn't involved, and he just kept going, and.
Mhm.
And then it wasn't like until a couple of minutes later, he's like, "Wait a second, this is real life," And
Mission passed. Where the
right? But then you asked me, like, even though I have experience with cars and driving, a couple weeks ago, I'm driving to work and I'm like kind of sleepy, and like 2 deer showed up out of nowhere on right on the opposite side of the road, and like. I'm like, oh! And my first reaction is to just jam on the brakes, and I'm just assuming that the car had ABS because, every car has ABS. Well, this 97 Escort I was driving didn't have ABS. And then I fucking locked them up and I started fucking fishtailing. And then I actually went, like, the deers didn't move. They stayed right there. And I went sideways going right through the 2 deers, and I remember locking eyes with one of the deer, and I could almost read the deer's like mind, like, what the fuck, dude? But then it's just like I came to him, I was like, what are you doing? This doesn't hit me, So I let go of the brake, and the car hooked up and was able to go straight again. But it was just like, as much as you have experience and stuff, when shit will catch you off guard, and bad shit will happen.
So your car had IBS.
Yes, irritable.
That was really good, Tanner. It's very good.
Julio brought up a video game that I play called Beam NG, and I think that's absolutely hilarious. Get at me at Steam, Julio.
Yeah. Are you guys ready to? Julio says, "Fuck with older cars. It's so much fun."
True.
Okay. And I guess we'll these next few videos are from Europe, I believe. So I wanted to get something where when we're watching them, let me just premise this. I was attempting to find some videos that might give us a little extra anxiety because of the other side of the road while we watch them. That was my initial reaction. Let's just go with number 1. And again, remember, just special note, Green talked about fishtailing, and there's a couple good fishtailing ones in this one. So here we go. Euro video number 1.
I like that they're listening to Super Mario music.
Oh, I didn't even. Oh.
Did I just see somebody die? Did I just watch somebody die?
One more time.
No, I don't want to see that.
No.
Oh, he's got plenty of
The
time.
Super Mario Star music's happening.
Ow! Ow! Grand Theft Auto.
Man,
See, that guy didn't die. He was rolled around. The driver's, the captain's chairs were on the side of the train.
He exchanged an uncomfortable look.
You could
with
literally
the
run up to that van now, open up the driver's side door, just pull the driver out onto the cement and take the car effortlessly.
That's another good PSA though. Never drive on train tracks when you see a train coming or when the lights are on, because they can't stop for you.
Don't fuck around with train tracks.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Pretty
trains don't have great braking capabilities.
No,
they don't have ABS, is what you're saying?
They got that IBS.
All right, here we go. European video number 2 car. Here we go.
Oh no! Oh no!
Christ.
No.
Oh no! This opening happened to me when I was 10, 20.
Oh shit!
Green, can you help us out?
Dude,
What
no,
did we just
that brings
watch?
back bad memories.
Number
When I
one,
moved
what
to- when
did
I-
we watch? Hold on, for the audio only, we got to remember. But what did we just watch?
Oh, just the trailer, a car hauling a fucking minivan, and it started fishtailing. And when that happens, physics takes over, man. And you really got to know what you're fucking doing to counteract that. But
Like,
it
slow
overtook it overtook the car, and both of them ended up ass over end. Oh man, momentum! The beauty of momentum.
Now, do those
Dude, and
like,
that brings back bad memories. When I was moving down here, from the Detroit area, I had my 1970 Challenger that my brother-in-law is like, hey, yeah, I'll help you. I'll bring my trailer. We'll take your Challenger, bring it down here, because at that point it was basically just a body on a rolling type of frame that I made. So we fucking bungeed it down, strap tied it really well and stuff like that. Something happened to where the trailer came off the ball, because it was an older trailer.
Oh man.
Jesus.
And at that point, it started doing the fishtailing thing. But what saved us is that the trailer did come out of the ball. And when my brother-in-law was put on the brakes, it went right through his tailgate of his truck. And because it penetrated his tailgate of the truck, it held everything in place, and he was able to take control, pull off to the side. But we were doing that fucking fishtail dance, and I got my 1970 Challenger on the back, and I'm like, holy shit! If this fucking thing ends up, if my brother-in-law's truck is still able to drive, we leave the Challenger in the fucking ditch and fucking take off, because there's no bringing it. At that point, there's no bringing it back, because I've already stripped the fucking frame rails off of it, so it's just gonna fucking crumple up like tin.
Don't
That
they
sucks,
have
man.
those? Don't they have those like anti-sway mechanisms nowadays?
Yeah,
Though?
but this was an older trailer. It was an old trailer, and it's just.
is the anti-sway mechanism kind of like a screen door?
Are you talking about on trailer? Because I don't own trailers, so I don't know what the technology on the new trailers are and stuff like that. But when you're talking about cars like sway bars and stuff,
No, there's a mechanism I thought on a trailer.
On a tra-
that
see, I-
acted like a pull, like it was a.
It
I'm
counterreacts
not a
sway.
trailer guy. I know nothing about trailers.
It counterreacts the sway. If you get caught into like a whatever
I'm
the hell
sure
it
there would
is.
be something like that today.
I mean,
you know?
people know that they're not going to actually get information on the show, right?
I hope not.
We're just gonna throw out a bunch
Dude,
of
I don't know.
conjecture.
I've
Do your
never
own
owned
research,
a trailer,
okay?
and I don't trailer shit, so I don't know anything about current trailer
All
technology.
right, hold on. We got a couple more videos here. Here's one more.
Ó a cagada, ó. Ó a cagada. Ó a cagada.
What a bro!
Meu
What a
Deus
bro!
do céu, cara. O cara não tem noção.
He tried. He tried to tell him. He's like, dude, this is how. Oh,
Green, help us out. You're the car guy.
he
Oh,
keeps.
Green muted himself. Hold on. Just time out. Green is on a rampage and he's muted. Literally muted.
I thought
Live
it was from the last video. I'm sorry. No, that has nothing. I'm not a truck guy though, and usually truck drivers like if they're running some type of like route or
train.
whatever,
Mhm.
they know all the measurements of the underpasses, or they should, and they plan accordingly. They know the measurement of their truck and stuff. So, unless they get detoured and they're on roads they really don't know or research. I don't know how this stuff happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe if I was a truck driver and I was just like, fuck, and I was just like fucking frustrated in life, I would maybe want to run my fucking rig
Right.
into a bridge. Like sometimes when I play Grand Theft Auto, I just want to fucking wreck shit.
I do have a question for Tanner, but before we do the question for Tanner,
Yeah.
I just want to just watch this one more time really quickly, and then I'd like to say something. Hold on, watch this.
Ó a cagada, ó. Ó a cagada. Ó a cagada.
We Sava, Evu.
Oh.
Meu Deus do céu, cara. O cara não tem
Oh
noção.
yeah, we can rub it out. We can buff it out.
It'll buff out.
Is
That's
that
a
what he
hell of
said?
a-
Is that what he said?
No.
We can buff it out.
He's like, oh, that's not bad. We buff it out. We buff it out.
Can we
That-
talk?
buff it out.
Can we
That
can
re-
we talk about how the bridge took none of the damage at
No,
all?
that-
Like
well,
that's some like awesome.
That
building.
video reminds me of the first time I had sex after I had a vasectomy. I just wanted to hit that shit so hard. You know,
And then you, and then you went clunk.
And the first time you did it, were you kind of afraid, like, oh shit, man?
I
Is the shit gonna just come is it all that gonna come unraveled? And
yeah, I mean,
Duran Duran's Undone comes on in the
yeah,
background.
there's gonna be blood and semen and just like
and someone's
a
crying.
flurry and a blizzard of
A blizzard of semen.
of like shame. All right. What does Tanner drive? That's the
Oh, wait.
question.
Julio's got his translation for us.
Oh,
Right on.
apparently it says he's fucked. He's fucked.
oh really?
Seriously.
Oh, sweet. That's what he said.
Seriously.
Julio,
yeah.
that's literally what the dude
Oh,
said.
that's awesome.
But Julio, to answer your
What?
question, I drive a 2016 Kia Forte sedan. Nothing fancy, but gets me from A to B. And it's got Bluetooth. That's cool.
That's an important thing.
It is.
You know,
Julio, what language was that?
Okay, what language was it as well? Tanner, when you pick a car, you kind of pick a car like your woman. You definitely want to have teeth, right? And you get a Bluetooth.
He wants a nice Norse woman.
Italian. He
Italian.
says.
I'm just thinking of a girl with like no teeth right now. I mean,
Little Susie Bluetooth.
my grandma got dentures and she's doing fine. It could
I
work
bet
for her
she
too.
is.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Doris.
Doris the Thinkosaurus.
Hey, she's turning 90 this year. I call that a milestone.
That's a massive. That's a win. That's great.
Hey,
Says,
Tanner,
think-
do you think you're gonna see your 90s?
Can I see my 90s?
You think you're going to see your 90s? If you had a guess.
I don't know if I want to. Like,
Okay.
not to be gruesome, because like I've seen how, I don't know, being old is one of two ways. One, you're old but you're still enjoying life, so you get that youthful spirit, or you're old and you act like it, then you dwell upon it, and you're like, oh, my life's over, I might as well not be here. So because I've seen both sides from like my family, so I'm trying to enjoy life, and I hope I continue to do so in my 90s if I make it to.
And that's why you're here. And we're just
Pure
enjoying life.
enjoyment.
Trying. It's been tough the past year and a half, obviously, but I've seen some silver linings though. So.
Hey, what happens if this podcast is still going on when you're in your 90s?
Wow, we're fucked.
I'll say
Seriously.
you guys will be.
Oh,
Well, hold on.
It'll be an entirely different
Someone-
fucking show.
Well, no, hold on. You guys are like between 15 and 20 years older than me, give or take. I'm 26. So that would 100. You'd be like in your 110s if I'm doing my math correctly.
Well,
No,
before
105s.
COVID, I knew for sure I was going to live to 124 years of age,
Okay.
but because of this whole bullshit, that might not be the case. But I'm going to give everybody a run for their money, so I will still be here.
Tanner seems like a very chill Zen kind of guy. What makes Tanner not so chill or even panic? That's the question from Julio. Here we go.
So when he kidnaps you, he knows exactly how to get under your skin.
Man, we're getting deep up in this
All right,
bitch.
Buffalo
Well, I try and be chill, but
What really irritates your foreskin?
I don't know if
What
Julio's
really
seen his
What
his
really chaps your foreskin?
I don't know if Julio's seen his that video of him in the shower with McDonald's.
oh man, that was a good
Shit.
one.
Shout out
Nervous
to
laugh.
shout out to the shout out to McDonald's.
Hey, I got that. Did I send you guys the aftermath video of that? Or
But that's
Yes,
that's
yes.
right when you get
Yes,
your
you
apartment
did.
for the most part.
yeah, exactly. What doesn't make me chill?
I think Isaac spelled math wrong.
Math. I was actually not really good at math, so math definitely got me in school. Really just like, I mean, I work in retail, so the stupidity of the public really gets under my gears, and I don't know. I guess a panic situation. Maybe like when I think one of my biggest fears in life is letting people down. So I guess I would panic as in how can I resolve this or make it better somehow. I don't know if that's a really good answer, but yeah, it's definitely my meth use. If anything, at the end of the
Crippling
day,
meth use.
If it's crippling, your
Yeah.
teeth should be rotting by now, shouldn't they?
dentures, baby.
Oh, okay.
All right. I have one last video. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The British are coming.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no! Orange not gonna help.
Did he go flying out of the door? Did he go flying?
Oh,
out of that fucking...
I don't know. One more time. I didn't see that. Hold on. Time out.
Just
No.
This lane is your lane. This lane is my lane.
oh, this lane is my. I don't see him.
No,
That's fucking. That's terrifying. Oh my god.
I have to say that at a certain point, I felt that the horn was uncomfortable because
I don't like.
I don't care how hard you press
tone
that
of that.
horn. After a certain point, the guy was coming over into your lane, and
Whether
he
you
wasn't-
like it or not.
yeah, like this. Green, help me out here. What's going on?
No, I don't know. I mean, the first of all, the horn was of an interval that basically you sound like you're like, let's have another drink. So it was, it didn't fit the situation. So the horn just,
Yeah.
the horn did not work. The horn made it very awkward. The
All
whole thing
European horns sound alien to me. Like the ambulances.
That
police
horn
cars.
sounded like, oh, there goes Andy. Andy.
Yo,
But not like, oh, it's not like, oh shit, I'm about to lose this shit.
Did
That
it ever? Did
that
you
driver
ever
was
notice-
like,
yeah.
But he's okay. Everybody was able to walk away from that, and that's fine.
Zach, what do we notice?
Well, first of all, we don't know what was in the back of that box truck. For one, we
Could have
don't
been a
know-
live bear that attacked the driver, and the bear was eating the driver's skull, and there was nothing you could do about it. And the beeping horn was the last thing he
Yeah,
heard.
it could have been the sexual Haranda.
Or the Ark of the Covenant. Now the fucking top is off the fucking chest, and
sexual
People's faces
harassment
are
Haranda.
melting.
yeah.
Here's a question.
That woman exploded.
Here's a question for you three. Just based off of the driver's actions, the driver who was caused the one that spun out. Based off his actions, what do you think was inside that truck that maybe could have influenced the way he drove?
Ah.
Bees.
Empty truck.
Empty truck. He got raptured.
He's got nothing. He's got
Like,
nothing.
I don't give a
The
fuck.
rapture happened. It only happened to one dude in Spain who was driving a truck.
Isaac said
Nothing in this truck. I want to get the fuck home.
Tanner's meth monthly shipment.
No, it's stuck at the FedEx in Perrysburg.
Some methly shit.
I would say a cadaver.
A cadaver,
Yeah,
Abracadabra.
like
I think-
cadaver or
I
cadaver.
think a lot of people are passing away, and you might have to rent a box truck.
People that have died that have donated their body to science.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like
Dory and her
Green,
ragtag
help me
group
out.
of aquatic friends.
there aren't a whole lot of places you probably you go to cemeteries. They're kind of full. There's help wanted signs everywhere. You can't get somebody to dig your grave. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so you rent a box truck in hopes and efforts to at worst case move the cadaver somewhere else. Like you're gonna get this out of my living room, kind of a thing. So you go rent a box car, and there isn't a care in the world. And if there's somebody behind you honking their horn, get the fuck out of my way. I got
You're
a
listening.
cadaver
You're
here.
listening. Don't worry. Be happy because all your problems are solved.
It
Here's
has
a little
one-
song I wrote.
It's in the same key as this other horn.
It has the "A Life Is Good" sticker on the back.
Yeah. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Maybe that's what was on the radio when he is like, "Fuck this shit."
In me rice need right.
I don't know. Something about cadavers. Can you imagine though? I drove through a Taco Bell on Monday, and
Scared the shit out of the staff.
No, yeah. I went to Taco Bell because I like just the regular tacos. I got a couple regular tacos. Helps me be a little
Digest.
regular, I suppose.
Stay
but
regular. Yeah.
I go into and
Colon blow.
I pull up to the Taco Bell, and there's a print off on the window, and this one in Sylvania, Ohio, and it said basically, "Hey, by the way, we're sorry to inform you, but there's things on the menu that we can't sell you because we just can't get it."
Yep, it's coming, baby.
The supply chain sucks right now.
So what if that was like the Taco Bell truck, that they had to rent, and that was just a shit ton of shredded lettuce, It was nothing.
We could only hope.
They did not have hot sauce, by the way.
Oh,
Really?
damn.
No,
now it's time for me to cash in my fucking refrigerator supply. I'll stand outside of Taco Bell. I'll probably just give them to I'll probably just fucking give them to people, but I'll make it look like I'm going to charge them. Do it for
weed, Andy. It hasn't got bad enough yet, but
actually, here's my thing with Taco Bell, because I actually had it this afternoon. You know how they have that new chicken taco thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my gripe with it is actually smaller in person than it is on the TV or like in pictures, which is annoying because it's like, my
Just
dick is already that size, so like I don't need I don't need any of like reminders, but it was like that big.
It writes itself.
You find yourself often comparing your things around you to your penis?
It's like your profile
that's an actually that's
on Tinder.
the next YouTube craze is coming, is comparing your
Penis to
genitalia size to your meal.
You guys want to start?
Oh Jesus.
Genitalia and food, it's the same page.
Yeah.
Doesn't suck itself.
Well,
Isaac, that's true, sir.
I hate to say it, but we once again have reached the very tail end of another episode of Simple Blasphemy.
Endless cycle.
If you would be so kind as I could,
Michael Cycle Stipe. Michael Stipe cycle.
Oh, wow.
Endless Michael Stipe cycle.
That's me in the corner.
We are this is episode 1
with the frequency, Kenneth.
9, if you can imagine.
Very nice.
So
good job, guys.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody. Next week we are up against Amanda.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Should be back.
And unless something comes to her shoreline.
True. We were supposed to get a hurricane update and stuff like that. So tune in for Amanda next week.
I heard that's where the rapture starts, is her area.
I heard it was in a truck.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I heard that the rapture starts in Baton Rouge, and then from that point it spreads out to the rest of the world.
Puppy.
All right. Well, Tanner, thank you
Isaac.
once again for everything that you do, and also for joining us here today. Again,
thank you for having me, guys.
Will tune in next week.
Anytime.
And we should have some fun, a fun show planned for you. Other than that, have a great week, folks, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Julio. Oh, sick. Monochrome.